All right. This is a boy, what a weekend gift, huh? What a weekend gift for anybody looking to buy into crypto or grayscale or anything. For the rest of us, if you dare to look at your native crypto portfolio or tomorrow morning, for God's sake, when you look at your Fidelity, Schwab, or whatever broker you've got your grayscale in, you just might want to throw up. Unless you've got cash sitting on the sidelines, in which case it's a fire sale, baby. Nobody knows where things are going to go. If it's going to go deeper tomorrow, it's going to be a Black Monday, like some people are saying. Jim Cramer apparently said tomorrow's going to be a Black Monday. So somebody joked on the Discord that we can expect to see the opposite, the reverse Cramer effect. But, you just never know. The crypto, the whole market, I mean, all the markets are just in, yeah, it's not pretty. A lot of people are freaking out about the retirements, the 401ks, stocks, index funds, everything, right? It is what it is. I remember I did a video on this like a couple months ago. I was looking at NVIDIA and NVIDIA, because I was talking about NVIDIA, like high yield dividend ETFs. And I was like, I don't know, NVIDIA looks like it's due for a correction. And I've been looking at like index funds and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, this stuff looks like it's due for a correction. So my guess is we're going to get our butts handed to us one way or another. It's just time for a correction. So it is what it is. You only incur a loss if you sell. When things are down, obviously, but it still is not easy to stomach. It is a gift, though, if you got cash on the sidelines, you've been waiting for this opportunity, you thought this came around. Nobody knows when the lows really are in and when we're going to recover from this, but, it is, you got to zoom out, always got to zoom out. Even if you look at market returns, like you look at index funds, and yeah, they have some sharp corrections when we have recessions and bad things happen, but over the long run, the market as a whole, the index funds, for example, return around 10% per year, which means you double your funds every 7 years, which is good. You got to, outpace inflation and everything. But crypto, is an especially wild ride sometimes. It's not made for the faint of heart at all. There are a lot of people, a lot of doubters out there that have said there's not going to be a bull run. The bull run's over, baby. Like grayscale's dead. The premiums are never going to come back. It's not going to happen. And it's like, okay, well, I kind of celebrate in a way when I hear that kind of stuff, because it's like, okay, those are the signals to me that we are nearing the end. And the end of this BS where we're just going sideways and downwards, and something good is bound to happen sooner or later. I don't know when, nobody does, right? But that's kind of the way I look at it. I think we should all blame Caesar, because he just went on vacation, and what happened last year, he went on vacation on a cruise, and we were doing really good in grayscale. We were up, man, and he goes on vacation, and everything crashes. So it's the Caesar effect. So regardless of whether you like Caesar or not, or his TA or whatever, I seriously do think that the investment gods are tied in with Caesar. We do not want Caesar to take a vacation unless we have spare cash on the sidelines and we want the prices to go lower to buy in. So I'm blaming it on Caesar. He's a good guy. I like him. He's a genuine guy. That's one of the reasons I like him. Does regular TA. He doesn't always get it right. Nobody does. Somebody made a comment and they said it was so wise. It was like TA is like tarot cards for guys. Sun, moon, stars, all that shit. The women listen to usually. The TA is like that for guys mostly. Obviously, men and women are into both. I am being sexist when I say that. So it's not that I'm not being sexist. I just am broadly speaking. You know what I mean. Anyway, hope you guys are having an enjoyable weekend. And maybe if you don't have spare cash to invest tomorrow, when the market's open, then maybe just don't look at your portfolio. I mean, holy shit. And I did a video just on this the other day, like the dangers of margin. I do not celebrate when people get margin calls or get liquidated. It's not good. I want to do a separate video on this. I've seen some just people celebrating the fact that Khmer's gone and hoping that he got liquidated and hoping for even worse for him. And just that he's 68. Aided himself, that he's out. I have been so disappointed in humanity on so many different occasions, and I have zero respect for these people that I see on YouTube saying shit like this. I really do. There are going to be a lot of people that are using margin that are going to get a massive margin call, potentially get liquidated in part or full. I don't know how they determine that when they do it. I'm not a margin user because I don't like debt and the dangers that come with it. But I think we're going to have a bunch of people that are going to get wrecked. And this is not good because the bleeding might continue, further into this week. Nobody knows when things could correct, when things rebound. We don't know that. So it is what it is, man. Bitcoin right now, we're down close to 5%, which is a, pretty big deal. Bitcoin Cash, almost 10%. A Litecoin, almost 13%. Yeah, we're not going to be very happy. In Grayscale tomorrow, I don't think. Even, no, we're not. We're not going to be. I don't even want to look at it, but things are basically going to be at discount. Filecoin down over 11%. FileG is going to take a major hit too. Most all cryptos are right down in the gutter, except Pi. Pi's looking pretty good. Stable coins are remaining stable. Somebody said I should invest in those. That's a really good investment. They tend to weather the storm, so to speak. I'm joking here. If you're not familiar with stable coins, they maintain par or pretty close to it with the US dollar. But anyway, yeah, it's kind of a bloodbath across the crypto space as a whole, and it's a gift though to people that are still loading their bags up. I've been buying native crypto. I've stopped buying Grayscale, well, about 10 months ago, 11 months ago almost. But I've been buying native crypto recently, just kind of filling my bags and filling out my native crypto portfolio. And, it feels like every time after I do purchases is when things go down. And I'm like, damn it, I should have waited. But nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can read the stars. I wish I could. I know you wish you could too. It's just the way it is. But good buying opportunities if you're looking to get in to the Grayscale Trust or crypto or basically anything in the market, any stocks, index funds, etc. Probably a good time. Not financial advice, right? Might be a bad time too. There's a saying. Who said it? Now I'm having a mind blank. The saying was, "Don't try to catch a falling knife." And that, oh God, who was it? Now you recognize probably who it's from, but it's true because you don't know where the bottom is. You don't know, and so sometimes I feel like you can only tell this in hindsight. The safest time to get in is when you see that a bottom has happened and you see the start of a rebound. Because then you're like, okay, maybe the bottom is in. You never know because it could keep going down from there. But if it's just in free fall, yeah, it could just keep going down. I don't know. Again, I wish I had a magic crystal ball. I don't have one. I'm going to see if I can afford to buy one maybe after this bull run. I'll see, But this is the most interesting bull run that I've been in. And this is my third. My first, I was a newbie. Yeah. I bought some Bitcoin, I think some Ethereum, Litecoin, and I watched them go up. I was really amazed. I didn't cash out like a moron, and I saw them crash. Learned my lesson, and in 2020, I went into crypto and crypto assets pretty heavily, and I cashed out a lot of them. Not all of them. I'm gonna try to cash out all of them this cycle, but like they say, you get a little bit wiser after each crypto bull run. So. If you're freaking out, take a deep breath. It'll be okay. One way or another, things will get sorted out. I hear it was mentioned on Discord that, maybe some of the countries that are out there that have tariff or that we're going to impose tariffs on, that, by the way, many of them have been imposing tariffs on our stuff for many years. They're like, oh shit, we don't want the U.S. to have tariffs on our stuff. They're trying to negotiate to be tariff free, which would be good, not just for the U.S. but the global economy. I think tariffs are kind of stupid unless you want to use them in lieu of income taxes. Then I'm for it because that basically shifts the tax burden to consumption. It's like a sales tax that's built in. Like if you're not buying stuff, then you basically you don't feel the direct effects of tariffs. You still do indirectly because it affects the broader economy, but anyway, I'm diverging here. Yeah, welcome to the crypto. For though I've said before, crypto is a rocky ride, and it does make you want to throw up. But the thing is with crypto, what goes down like this by 10, 20%, it makes you want to throw up, can do a 5x or 10x in really short order. And you don't get that out of normal stocks, normal index funds. That stuff doesn't happen, right? Unless you're like lucky and you got in GameStop before things blew up a couple of years ago. But it doesn't really happen like that. Crypto is different. And it's very volatile. It's one of the beauties of it. You can make a lot of money. You do feel a gut punch though when you hit a major loss in your portfolio. At least it's a paper loss, right? Like I said, you don't technically lose until you sell. You still have the same number of tokens or shares or whatever it is that you're invested in. In your brokerage account, in your Exodus wallet, Trust wallet, on your Nano Ledger, wherever. That you did before. It's just that on paper right now they're worth less than they were yesterday or last week or the month before. But like everything, things will come back. So if you're in the broader market and you're getting, you're feeling unhappy, think about this. Like here, if we're gonna go through a recession, let's just get this shit over with. All right, let's make it happen. I want the crypto bull run to still happen. Hopefully it'll be just as good, maybe hopefully even better, because maybe if there's an injection of liquidity into the markets, people will run, they'll be kind of risk on, be willing to invest in riskier stuff. And maybe that'll make the bull run better than it would have been. Maybe. And if that's the case, we could do really well. And at the same time, when we're cashing out, stuff that we otherwise would have bought, like stocks or index funds or whatever, could be on sale in comparison to what they would have been had we not gone through a major economic recession. If that's what we're heading into, maybe this is just like a bump in the road. I don't know. Nobody knows, but we're gonna find out. I guess it's a wild ride. It's a wild ride. This reminds me of the COVID dump, where if you had cash on the sidelines and you were quick to act, you could have gotten crypto like Bitcoin and other assets pretty cheap in comparison to what they were priced at just a month prior. But you had to have cash on the side. And this is why it's generally pretty good to have cash on the side. I know that's like a nice thing to say. I'm basically fully deployed. I do actually have cash, but I'm going to native crypto because it's like I want to round that out. I don't trust the system. Why do I want to go to native crypto? Well, I don't trust the system. I don't trust the bankers. I don't trust the government. And I view native crypto as a little off balance sheet asset that I have that they can't take away or can't easily take away, at least right now. So I kind of like it. It's like you just invest it and it's this like funny, weird type of money thing that has value that is not inside the normal banking system and not limited to the constraints that it has based on politicians and corporations and shit like that. So it's good. It's all good. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and